Today I'm announcing the next stage in our border reopening work. Our border has already reopened to New Zealanders from around the world. And on Monday, critical and skilled workers also became eligible to enter without isolation to shore up our workforces in industries such as agriculture, technology and construction as our economy rebounds. And we have now received guidance that it is safe to significantly bring forward the next stage of border reopening work to welcome back our tourists. In doing so, we are sending a very clear message that we are accelerating our economic recovery. Closing our border was one of the first actions we took to stop COVID-19 over 2 years ago, and its reopening will spur our economic recovery throughout the remainder of the year. You'll recall in February this year when we announced our border reopening plans, we also said the dates could change as we experienced our own Omicron wave and looked to come out the other side. That is now the situation we find ourselves in. That means we can plan with greater certainty, with the comfort of knowing the impact of these changes are safe and manageable. In short, we're ready to welcome the world back. And today I can confirm from 11:59 p.m. Tuesday, 12 April, vaccinated Australians can travel to New Zealand. And from 11:59 p.m. Sunday, the 1st of May, vaccinated travellers from visa-waiver countries and those with valid visitor visas can travel to New Zealand. Our strong health response, including having the lowest death rate in the OECD over the past 2 years, is now also an asset. We are a safe place to visit, and New Zealand will be ready with open arms. In particular, I look forward to welcoming back our trans-Tasman travellers, who have historically made up 40% of our international arrivals, around 1.5 million Australians. They will be able to arrive in time for the Australian school holidays and provide a particular boost for our coming winter ski season. Prior to COVID-19, tourism was a huge export earner for New Zealand, contributing 5.5% to GDP, bringing in about 41 billion altogether. But the spend reaches much further than that. A further 11 billion is generated indirectly, and tourist demand benefits a range of industries: accommodation, transport, retail, not to mention adventure, entertainment, arts and culture. It was also responsible too for 8% of our national workforce. I do want to acknowledge that this decision comes at a time when we are reaching a level of COVID we haven't seen before, but had planned for. And I do want to offer some reassurance. Firstly, we know that travel numbers will be below 2019. It will take time to rebuild. And while we have removed all travel isolation so that tourists will be able to experience the sights and sounds immediately, they will be required to have a pre-departure test. That pre-departure test can be a supervised LAMP, rapid antigen or a PCR test. Then when they arrive, they have a further 2 rapid antigen tests on day 01 and day 56, which is the case at the border presently. And so we strike the balance. An earlier reopening for tourism and the air travel that brings also increases capacity for our exports, helping to lower freight rates and the flow-on costs of goods that stems from that. This will be a further boost for our biggest export earner, the primary sector, which is already receiving record prices for goods and contributing significantly to our economic recovery. Our work to keep shipping lines and supply chains open and new free trade agreements such as the UK and EU further support economic recovery. But ultimately, the most poignant moments in reopening to the world so far have surely been those when family and friends are reunited. It's been particularly timely to see that and feel grateful for it in light of the events we are all bearing witness to around the world. But a critical element is also to reunite visitors with our regional economies, to welcome back our tourists and extend our manaakitanga once more. I'm proud that New Zealand is a country able in this moment in time to provide a safe place for our tourists to return to. And during my international engagements this year, I will be helping to lead the charge to accelerate the growth of our top export markets, our primary sector and our tourism sector, encouraging people to buy New Zealand made and also to come and see us for themselves.